Mario is said by many to be the most famous character in video game history. Mario games as a whole have sold more than 210 million units, making the Mario franchise the best-selling video game franchise of all time. Outside of the Super Mario platform series, he has appeared in video games of other genres, including the Mario Kart Racing series, sports games such as Mario Tennis and Mario Golf, role-playing games such as Paper Mario and Super Mario RPG, and educational games such as Mario is Missing and Mario's Time Machine. He has inspired television shows, film, comics, and a line of licensed merchandise. Super Mario has always seemed to have been setting the bar in both visual and gameplay mechanics since its inception in Super Mario 1. Being that it's a first-party developer for Nintendo, it is one of the few games that actually takes full advantage of the home console, and whenever it made an appearance, it has always added something that helped innovate its gameplay, being maybe in its most recent forms in Super Mario Galaxy or in its platforming in Super Mario Bros. But none of the innovations were quite as big or as quite of an OMG moment as when it first appeared in glorious 3D on the Nintendo 64, coming in the form of Super Mario 64. In going from 2 to 3 dimensions, Super Mario 64 played an emphasis on exploration within vast worlds that require the player to complete multiple diverse missions, replacing the linear obstacle courses of traditional platform games. While doing so, it managed to preserve many gameplay elements and characters of earlier Mario games. The title is acclaimed by many critics and fans as one of the greatest and most revolutionary video games of all time. The reason that so many people were impressed with Super Mario 64 was because they had never seen a game go from 2D to 3D. Super Mario 64 was a launch title for the Nintendo 64, so when people first bought the console, they were amazed. They were amazed that a 3D world was capable, and they were amazed that a game like Super Mario, which was a 2D platformer, could transition into a 3D game so fluently and so amazingly, with really no setbacks at all. As far as gameplay mechanics, Super Mario 64 set the bar. No one had ever seen a 3D world like the one that you had seen in Super Mario 64, so when people first started playing the game, they were completely blown away. Many other developers began to use this new technology, this new powerful 3D engine world, in making their own games and tried to emulate the success of Super Mario 64 in their own games, many which improved upon the formula of Super Mario 64, games like Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. So why is it that Super Mario 64 is so important to video game history? It's because it set a new bar. It created a 3D world, one that was functional and that was actually successful. Whenever games are made for a console that recently comes out, you expect to see some bugs or some issues or things that just plain out didn't work. But Super Mario 64 was one of the few games that upon launch of a new console took full advantage of the console's capabilities and set the bar for a completely new style of gameplay. Is Super Mario 64 the greatest game of all time? That's for another time and another place and another video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of retro video games. If you guys did, remember to slap a like on this video and also recommend a game down below that you guys think helped video gaming in general. It can be anything, kind of like the jump from 2D to 3D that Mario did. Or maybe you guys have another game that you guys just want me to review or do something. Leave a comment down below and you might see it in a future video. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was my very first retro style video and I think it went by pretty well. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm Extras, I'm out. Peace.